Bill Clinton does not want Barack Obama to win. I've spoken to several good friends who are staunch conservatives who have had a lot of exchanges with Bill Clinton in private. And at one point, one of them quotes him as saying, "You have 6 months to save the country."
All right, it looks like Dick Morris may have been onto something the other night right here on this program. Now, just days after former President Bill Clinton bashed President Obama's attacks on Bain Capital and praised Romney's successful business career, the former president, he struck again, this time going against a major pillar of the Obama economic agenda, and that's putting an end to the Bush-era tax cuts. Let's take a look.
What I think we need to do is to find some way to avoid the fiscal cliff, to avoid doing anything that would contract the economy now, and then deal with what's necessary in the long-term debt reduction plan as soon as they can, which presumably will be after the election.
So does that mean extending the tax cuts?
Well, I think what it means is they will have to extend. They will probably have to put everything off until early next year. That's probably the best thing to do right now. I don't have any problem with extending all of it now.
All right, no need to read between the lines here. The former president is clearly abandoning the administration's talking points, but is he doing so intentionally in an effort to undermine the Obama campaign? Joining me now with reaction, the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Culture of Corruption, Fox News contributor Michelle Malkin, and former presidential candidate, and by the way, soon to be nationally syndicated radio talk show host as he takes over for Neil Boritz, the Herman Cain 999. Good to see you both.
Thanks a lot, John. Happy to be here.
All right, let me play one more clip, and I want to get your thoughts on this. I totally believe this is intentional, and I don't think Bill Clinton ever got over the fact that he thought the Obama campaign played the race card against him back in the 2008 campaign. But this is what he said, praising Romney's, stellar business career. Here's what he says.
There's no question that in terms of getting up and going to the office and, basically performing the essential functions of the office, a man who's been governor and had a sterling business career crosses the qualification threshold.
All right, Michelle, is that intentional?
Seems like it. I would characterize this as the equivalent of a political fragging, basically tossing a political grenade into the camp of people who are supposed to be on your own side. I'm not sure that this is so much nursing grievances from 2008 on behalf of Hillary as it is so much just a clash of Beltway narcissists and Bill Clinton being Big Daddy Clinton throwing his weight around and showing Barack Obama how politics is really done.
Yeah. Herman, one of the things nobody in the media seemed to pick up on, he said in that interview, and this is pretty interesting here, he called the current economic climate and the conditions being that of a recession. And I would have thought that would have made big news.
Remember, there are a lot of disgruntled Democrats. And so Clinton's remarks plays right to the disgruntled Democrats. But remember, here's one other thing here that you have to remember, at least I thought about. Remember when he was getting ready to run for his second term, he moved to the middle. I think he's trying to give Barack Obama some advice by saying what he should do. But unfortunately, because of the arrogance of this president, he's not going to listen to it. So Clinton is, he doesn't feel as if he has anything to lose. And I would agree with Michelle about the points that she made. But a lot of it has to do with he realizes that Obama is going to lose if he doesn't extend existing tax rates and move to the middle
now,
fiscally.
This is interesting to me, Michelle, because I thought of the very same thing that Herman just mentioned here, but there had to be a progression to get to that point. In other words, I suspect that he probably confidentially urged the president to move to the center, and the president didn't listen, so now he's doing it publicly. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Beltway buzz has been that Obama and Clinton have had a smoother relationship in the last year or so. But this is not an indication that that one party is listening to the other to do it so openly. And in fact, these battles have spilled into some of the congressional races because there was a Clinton-backed candidate in New Jersey who beat the Obama-backed candidate, and people see that as a proxy between these two camps. I think the most significant thing, of course, is that what Bill Clinton is doing is making it acceptable, or at least paving a path for the other heretics like Cory Booker or Harold Ford, who have tried to counsel the president also in a public way and warn him against the kind of class war demagoguery that Obama and his team are knee-deep in and refuse to dig themselves out of.
I know this may surprise members of our audience, but even during the 2008 primary campaign, there were Clinton people trying to feed me information. By the way, for the first contact I'd ever had with him in my career, wasn't exactly the biggest Bill Clinton fan, although in retrospect he's a far better president than Barack Obama. But one of the things that I'm told from people that know Clinton and have been around him, he doesn't like Obama, thinks he's in way over his head, that he's hurting the country, and that he's incompetent. Do you think that's a possibility, Herman Cain?
Yes, I think that is a possibility, but here's a bigger revelation that Bill Clinton made in those comments from the clips that you played. He recognizes that if we continue with the current policy of allow the tax codes to expire, we will fall into a recession. So at least Bill Clinton is being realistic about this tax-ageddon that we are headed for, whereas Barack Obama is totally oblivious to it.
But that's the difference. The era of big government is over, the end of welfare as we know it. Now, whether he did it for political expediency or not, he still did it, and he was smart enough to do it. You know, what is it about this president that's so rigidly ideological and radical that he doesn't have the sense or the wherewithal to adjust? He never adjusts. He always sticks.
No, he doesn't. And
No.
All right, go ahead, Michelle. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, he doesn't have a Dick Morris in his camp. You look at who the closest advisors and consiglieres of the White House are, and it's a radical progressive like Valerie Jarrett. And what is the main agenda item that they have pushed this week? No, it's not to support the true wealth creators and job creators in this country. It's to push this bogus equal pay issue, which got them nowhere again. I would also say that there's one other caveat here, which is, as much as I enjoy, pop the popcorn and watch all of this internecine warfare between these two camps, in the end they're always going to be together. And the idea of Bill Clinton fashioning himself as some fiscal discipline champion sort of warps history. And I think we all remember the reality of the Clinton years.
All right, last word, Herman Cain.
I would agree with Michelle 100%. But if you look at everything that this president has done, his actions have all been in favor of big government, more regulations, anti-business, and he basically does not believe in the capitalistic system that we have, everything that he has done. So as a result, he's not even going to bend the least for political expediency, because he is determined to destroy our capitalistic system with the spending and the regulatory environment.
Consciously, he wants to destroy capitalism?
I believe at this point, yes. I didn't believe it 3 years ago, but today I believe that that's definitely what he wants to do.
I might disagree. I think he's been so indoctrinated into left-wing socialism, he doesn't know any other way. Because that's been every influence around him. But, all right, guys, good to see you both. Michelle, thank you. Herman Cain,
thank you.
Congratulations on your new gig.